basket. You guys are not acting like the grown, strong, independent, equal with men, women that you claim to be. And when I just come on here and say, look, this behavior is ridiculous, this is silly and absurd, you can't even take it. You can't take the slightest bit of just like obvious criticism. I'm not calling you names. I'm not swearing at you or anything like that. I'm just saying, you guys were like, well, we want to know how you feel about this, and your husband is rude, and we don't like, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay,
I'm trying to explain to you that this princess fantasy world that you live in does need to be, somebody needs to break that down for you, because that's not reality.
Andrew Wilson's wife, Rachel Wilson, completely shreds these ignorant feminists attacking her husband, all the while pretending to be the victim because modern women can do no wrong, as Rachel Wilson goes in and calls out these women's BS double standards while they project their own rotten behavior. Let's get in.
Whenever people say silly things like, oh, I feel sorry for your wife and kids, I always say, I'm happy to come on and, say hello and, just field any questions you guys might have about what it's like to be married to a based giga chad like Andrew. So if you got anything to say, here I am.
I'll go first then. How do you feel with your husband, making these comments? On live as well. Well, just saying rude things to women or screaming over them. How do you feel with that?
Well, he doesn't say rude things to women until they say something rude to him first. So Bangs was the first one to say, he's got wrinkles and he's old and he's got gray hair and he's gross. So of course he's gonna say something back. And they've had exchanges back and forth before. And she's plenty happy to be rude and say mean things to him first. Everyone thinks that's okay because she's a woman. But if Andrew just simply gives her a taste of her own medicine back, you all go, you believe he said that? And it's like, why? Why is it fine for her to insult him, but it's uncalled for when he just simply gives it back to her? What's wrong with that?
Also, last time I was on here, he said that I wasn't a 10 because I had small boobies.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't do anything. I just said I was a 10.
I have a question for you, too. He said that you're getting worse with age. How do you feel about that?
Well, I've been on the show myself, and I'm 44 years old. I've had 5 kids. So, no, I'm not as hot as I was when I was 22. This is a fact of life that all women have to deal with. The time of your life that you're hot it's short, and it's limited. You're not going to always be a hot chick. So you can't expect that part of your life to last forever. I mean, it's just a fact of life that we all get less attractive as we age. Doesn't mean he's not attracted to me or I'm not attracted to him, but I'm not as hot as I was when I was 22. In fact, when I was on the show, I rated myself a 5. And everybody always gets upset with Andrew because he rates me a 6. And I'm like, I think he's giving me just a hair more than I deserve. But I'm a normal, regular, 44-year-old Midwestern mom of 5. You want me to come on here and say I'm a 10? Do I look like Pamela Anderson? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, just be realistic. You guys get upset with him because he tries to give you a little tiny dose of reality and he doesn't blow a bunch of smoke up your ass. But he's never rude or mean unless you do it to him first.
That's not true.
Okay, can you give me an example?
I just gave you one.
Well, you had an attitude. So you were being kind of like how you did earlier, where you're like, I'm going to dominate a man and I'm going to...
No,
so if you come with a sassy attitude and then call yourself a 10 when you're clearly objectively not a 10.
I can have that was just my personality. But when I said, it was like that comment, when you're like, when the person said rate yourself 1 through 10, I literally, when it was my turn, I said 10. And then I was like, do you want me to stand up? Because I wanted him to rate me. And then he gave me an 8, but then he was like, he had Andrew rate me. He said a 3, or he's like, she's not a 10. She has no boobies.
Doesn't that make you uncomfortable?
I was like, what? I didn't do anything. I just rated myself.
Isn't that weird that your man is looking at her chest? Isn't that weird?
She stood up and asked to have her body evaluated.
I said I wasn't asking for him. By the time I asked him, he wanted what's his name?
Andrew.
So,
Brian.
Just a second here.
Brian?
You said you were a 10. Andrew said, no, you're not a 10. And he had to explain why. So that was the reason he gave. That's his opinion. No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. It doesn't bother me.
But it was so unnecessary. That's why I'm saying that he is mean when there's no reason to be mean. Like that was like I was like, oh okay, I guess.
Yeah, I watched
his comment was so unnecessary.
I watch every episode. You were no little angel. You were not some sweet, nice girl.
I am not an angel. I never said that.
Right. So you had attitude. You had sass. You weren't
but never.
Yeah,
but like,
so
and that
moment. Small boobs. Then you have small boobs. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm sorry that
the comment wasn't necessary. The comment wasn't necessary.
We're just asking for how you feel about your grown-ass husband saying that stuff.
First of all, don't ever say grown-ass man. It's ghetto.
I don't give a fuck.
Try reading some books.
Do you know what ghetto is?
Maybe. All of you've been to all this college, and I'm like, where's all the college education for all these college educate? You're all in college, and you can't put two. You're not even using the word. You're not even using the word ghetto, right? So
you have like no
He's
backbone.
a grown ass. He's not a grown ass. Man.
But saying those words does not make her ghetto.
You have no backbone.
You know what ghetto is?
Ghetto thing to say.
A white woman saying the word ghetto. Crazy.
I feel bad for you.
Crazy.
I feel bad for you because you're 22 and you're on OnlyFans and you've already hit your peak. And you're plenty happy to be rude. You have been so rude on this show, Bangs. Don't sit here and gaslight this whole audience. We've all seen you on here, multiple appearances. You are rude and nasty as you can be. And then you
they're
literally perfect for each other.
That gets the views. Why do you think I keep getting invited back?
First off, like Rachel Wilson said, Andrew, he's not rude until you provoke him. Like, he'll be respectful and calm up until the point that you want to make an ass out of yourself, and then it's fair game. Like this woman on the right who is too stupid to understand, oh, I get all the views, that's why they keep having me back. This is an attention whore. That's all she is. She doesn't get the fact that people are laughing at her. She doesn't get that she's an embarrassment. She doesn't get that her outrageous behavior, which makes her look like trash, yes, it gets views, and everyone gets to see how trashy you are. Like, you're humiliating yourself, and she doesn't care. She's just chasing the attention. And this girl in the back, obviously you can see how easily triggered she is about her chest. Oh, like she's got small boobs. Okay. That comment right there triggered her so much that, he unnecessarily said mean things to me. He hurt whatever. Yeah, girl, you got no chest. Live with it. Like, get over yourself. But that's not rude if you ask someone to evaluate you. If you ask me, I would say the same thing right to your face. Yeah, I mean, you're cute, but your body is missing, some curvature. It is what it is. But that's not a rude comment. That's just reality. And these young, new feminists are so brain dead and so ignorant and so completely unaware. They do not understand how stupid and embarrassing they're making themselves look by not paying attention to anything going on around them, much less other people's opinions and how they ought and do matter. But let me know if you agree with Rachel Wilson in that Andrew Wilson is only rude if provoked, or do you think he goes on the attack and he's rude to other guests? Hit that like button and notification bell. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate it, and let's get back in.
Why do you think I keep getting invited back?
She's literally.
Every time I'm on here, I am the title. I am the title every time, lady.
I can't hear them. When you both start clucking.
No, I said that it's like, I just complimented, like, you guys are literally the perfect couple. Like, I see why he's attracted to you. Like, yes, you guys are a perfect couple. Definitely.
Listen, I think it's mean. I think it's actually the cruel thing to do to let young women have free license to act terrible, to be entitled, to be rude, to think that they owe everything handed to them on a silver platter because they push their boobs up, to act like this short phase of life when you're at your peak fertility is going to last forever. That is what's mean, because what happens
I'm sorry, you can't live that anymore, and we're going through it. Like, what?
See, this is the thing, though. I never did that. I didn't do this thing where I was just like
it's giving old and mad.
In my 20s and 30s. Are you gonna let me talk or what? So I didn't do this thing. I'd never did dance. I didn't sell pornography. I didn't go through a party phase. I was a mom when I was 20 years old. I only ever wanted to be in long-term committed relationships. I was hoping I would just get married and that would be it. I did get divorced. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't anything that could be done about it. Lesson learned, didn't repeat that. But what I'm telling you is the mean thing is the whole world telling you that you guys are strong, independent women where you're going to cry because your hair straightener stopped working on your
Not
birthday.
so much on me. You said that you were being, or your man was only being rude to people who were being rude. I haven't been rude. So I don't feel like you should come for me.
Did you say confront you?
Come for me.
Come for you. I'm not coming for you. I'm saying it's absurd for you to believe that it's like normal behavior to cry because your straight iron broke or cry on every birthday. Like, young women live in such delusion nowadays. That's why everything's all messed up. That's why everything's gone to hell in a handbasket. You guys are not acting like the grown, strong, independent, equal with men, women that you claim to be. And when I just come on here and say, look, this behavior is ridiculous, this is silly and absurd, you can't even take it. You can't take the slightest bit of just like obvious criticism. I'm not calling you names. I'm not swearing at you or anything like that. I'm just saying, you guys were like, well, we want to know how you feel about this, and your husband is rude, and we don't like, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay,
I'm trying to explain to you that this princess fantasy world that you live in does need to be, somebody needs to break that down for you, because that's not reality.
I think Rachel Wilson made a great point in that these women who claim to be independent, fully capable feminists are so soft. They are so spongy. They crack at the slightest criticism of anything about them. Like the one chick in the middle with her boobs who, is obviously triggered by that. These women can't stand anything or anybody confronting their own vulnerabilities. And that's why they don't want to change. They don't want to grow up. They don't want to adapt. They're staying overgrown children. They're not understanding how the real world works. And if they can't take that criticism, if they can't absorb new information, they won't adapt for the better. They will be stuck like this, just lost, delusional, banging their head against the wall, blaming everybody else for everything, and just throwing a tantrum the entire time. They're overgrown children. Adults learn the real world is rough. You have to learn to adapt. You have to be able to do this to survive because it's kind of necessary. And if you don't, there are consequences. And none of these women have any signal of any of that. Like they're not getting it. They're living in their hoe phase, their hot phase, boss girl, whatever. And then once that wall hits, it's going to be gone, and they are going to be freaking out looking for a man. And all the advice that Rachel Wilson is giving them now that they probably aren't going to take with them, they're going to be turning back to and maybe wondering, what the hell did I do wrong? But probably not. But thanks for watching. Let me know down below what you thought about what Rachel Wilson had to say, completely shredding these ignorant feminists for attacking her husband, Andrew Wilson, in this clip from the Whatever podcast. Like and subscribe, and I will see you folks on the next one.